Hello, dear children. We are going to see the second lesson from the second unit. The name of the lesson is The House Builder. First, we are going to see the warming up activities, and in these warming up activities, we are going to discuss the chit chat. As I always keep on telling you all, chit chat helps the students to develop their spoken language, their dialect. Chit chat help us to be free in expressing our own views. So, dear children, don't avoid these chit chat activities. Though you are at home, read the question and try to give the answer on your own. Now, here, what is retirement from occupation? I know that all the children may not be able to give the answer, but you all can guess what is retirement from the occupation. So, what is it? The retirement from occupation means a person stops doing his or her job or work where he earns money. So, this retirement is from occupation. See the second question. When do people retire? Now, the answer to this question will be the people retire after a certain age, either after the age of 58 or at the age of 60. So all these four questions you can discuss with your parents, or you can discuss with your brother, with your sister, or whoever elderly person is there in your house. You discuss these questions with them in English, so that it will help you in developing your speaking skill. Now see the third question. For what reasons do people have to retire from their occupation? Now here you can add, or many children can give different answers. So here there is no one standard answer as such. Why do people have to take retirement? One is age factor. Second is maybe the health problem. The third factor is some people wish that now let me stop my work and do what is my liking. So that if for many reasons people take retirement from their occupation. See the fourth question. How do people spend their time after retirement? Some people they like to spend their time with their family. Some people they want to do the job that they like, of their own liking. Some people want to involve themselves in some social activities. Some people want to develop their hobbies. So different people spend their time in different way after the retirement. Now see here, these are some of the general questions. Okay, discuss and match the professionals involved in construction with the work they do. A column is given and B column is given. In the A column, architect, engineer, building contractor, carpenter, mason, tiler and interior decorator. These are the professionals, the people who do different kind of work in construction. And here the meaning or the job that they do, the description of the job is being given in the B column. Now what we are going to do is that we are going to match the pairs. Now what does architect do? Architect, here you can see he plans and designs structure. What does an engineer do? Engineer, he ensures structure will be strong and stable. What does a building contractor do? A building contractor, he supervises construction, employs workers, professionals, etc. Then what does a carpenter do? Carpenter, he makes wooden framework of doors, windows, etc. Then what does a mason do? This mason, he builds walls, roofs, etc. and plasters the walls. Then what does a tiler do? This tiler, he does the flooring work, adjusting the tiles, decorating the houses with different kind of tiles, placing the tiles at the wash basin, placing the tiles in the wash space, or placing the tiles in the bathrooms. All this work is done by a tiler. Then the seventh point is interior decorator. Now, when the architect designs the house, this particular engineer, he ensures that the structure of the house is okay. The building contractor, he supervises construction. The carpenter does the wooden framework of the houses like doors and windows, whatever it is. Then the mason, what does he do? He builds walls, roofs, etc. Tiler places the tiles wherever essential in the house, for the flooring, for the bathrooms and all. After completing all this work, the interior decorator, what does he do? He beautifies the inside of a home. Now, this particular interior decorator, he gives a different look to the house. In this way, these people, they do these type of works. Now here, you understand this particular professionals, you understand the work of these particular people. You can read the particular description given here, and in your notebook you have to solve these particular chit chat activities, these answers to these 4 questions, as well as you have to match the pairs of these columns. Now here, a different kind of activity we are going to see today. Here you can read, a word can be broken up into units of pronunciation, each having a vowel sound with or without consonant sounds around it. Such as, each such unit is called a syllable. Now, when we spell a particular word, there are syllables in that. Some words have 1 syllable, some words have 2 syllables. In the examination, sometime this question may be asked. Words may be given to you all, and they may ask you to categorize the words into 1 syllable, 2 syllable, 3 syllable, 4 syllable, whatever it is. Okay. So now what actually a syllable is, that we are going to see. See here. What is a syllable? Syllable is a unit of pronunciation having 1 vowel sound with or without surrounding consonants, forming the whole word or a part of a word. Now, as I said, that having 1 vowel sound, you should be knowing that these 5 letters are said to be the vowels. Which are they? A, E, I, O, U. And in this bracket, I have written Y. Actually, Y is not a vowel, but if this Y gives us a vowel sound, then it is said to be a vowel. Okay. In exceptional cases, this Y, it gives us a vowel sound. Now children, always keep in mind that A, E, I, O, U, though these are letters, these are not the vowels. These letters, if they create a vowel sound, then and then only these letters could be considered as vowels. Only because it is A, only because it is E, you cannot say that it is a vowel. We have to understand the sound A, E, I, O, U. The vowel sounds are very, very essential. Now here you can see I have written two examples. One is fry and second is curry. Fry. Just now I told you all that Y is not a vowel, but when this Y, it gives us vowel sound in this word fry. Here this Y gives us the pronunciation of I, fry, and that's why it is considered as a vowel. Understood? Curry, Curry. Here the word ends with Y, but still it gives us the sound of E, curry. E is the last pronounced sound and this E is a vowel. So this is a vowel sound, and that's why though this Y is not actually a vowel, still it gives us vowel sound, and that's why we can consider it as a vowel. Now here when we are going to consider the syllables, here you can see very simple words I have taken. Cat. Now how to understand a particular syllable? Just now I told you all that in a word, if a vowel sound is there, then we can understand that the particular word has one syllable or two syllables or three syllables. Likewise, we have to identify the word as per the pronunciation of the word. And that's why children, I always keep on telling you all that pronounce the word properly. Until and unless your pronunciation is good, you cannot understand how many syllables are there in a particular word. Here one easy word, cat, C-A-T. Now here only one vowel is there, and ca, a is the sound that is given to us. Here that's why in this word we have only one syllable. So when we consider this word, we can say this word is a one syllable word, cat. Now see here, hungry. In this particular word, U is one letter and Y, as we have seen earlier, only if it gives us the vowel sound, then and then only it could be considered as a vowel. Here U is a vowel. Hungry. Here when we spell this word, we bifurcate or we cut this word hung and gree. This Y gives us the pronunciation of E. So in this particular word, we have two syllables. Mind it well that only if the vowels are there, then the particular word is not of the syllables. Now we for that particular thing, I will explain this word to you all. Here this particular word is beautiful. Okay. Now E is there, A, U, I, and again U. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 5 vowels are there, but still this word is of 3 syllables. Why? Because when we pronounce the word beautiful, B-E-A-U-T-I-F-U-L, we don't say B-A-U-T-I-F-U-L. We say beautiful. Here beau, A-U, E-A-U is togetherly pronounced and it becomes beau. So here one syllable is there. Then we cut the word over here, beauty, T-I, and then we say full. So the word we pronounce, we cut this word into 3 steps, beautiful. Okay. So in the first pronunciation we have one syllable, or we consider one syllable. Here we consider the another syllable, and here we consider the third syllable. Here also employ and employee. Employ. E is a one vowel letter. O is one vowel letter. Now here Y. We don't say this particular Y letter doesn't give us any vowel sound. So this Y couldn't be considered as a vowel sound. So here employ. M E is the particular, or EM is the particular first split where we consider this as a first one syllable, and ploy here is the second syllable. So this word has two syllables, and in this word employee, employee, though here we have two letters of vowels, we are going to consider it as one syllable. So here one syllable in M, plow and E. In this way the word is splitted into three syllables. So when we consider this particular syllables, that time we have to take into consideration that a syllable is a single unbroken sound of a spoken or written word. It is the unbroken sound. When we say cat, here we don't break the particular sounds. We spell the word in a very flowy way. So syllables usually contain a vowel and accompanying consonants. Sometimes syllables are referred to as the beats of spoken language. So these syllables are considered sometimes as the beats of spoken language. When we say primary stress, secondary stress, there also these syllables help us a lot. So if we understand these syllables in a proper way, then it is very surely going to help you all to develop your pronunciation. Once when you understand in what way you have to split the word and in what way you have to identify the particular syllables, it will be very easy for you all to spell the word in a proper way. Thank you, children.